And number 15, Baylor, their highest rank in the AP poll since 1991. In their Big 12 opener, Baylor is 4-11 all-time in Big 12 openers and 0-7 on the road. So if they win today, that would be a first. Kansas State starts the second half with the football, and David Garrett brings it out from 3 yards deep. And only manages the 18-yard line. All right, now our weekly feature, the locker room alert, coming out at halftime.
I think only one thing really jumped out at me, and it's Kansas State on defense. When you get a slot back matched up on a safety, you have to move that nickel back out and collision that slot back. You cannot let that slot back run down the field on that safety. And you know, it's not as easy as it looks because you sacrifice a little bit in the run game, but you can't let those slots one-on-one on the safety.
Klein buys what he can, and he's loose. Klein down the sideline. Out of bounds inside the 20.
Well, you can see why Colin Klein averages 22 carries a game. This one's a pass play. All he does is create a play on his own, pulls the ball down. That's a tailback playing quarterback. Not breakaway speed, but for a guy 6'5", 225 pounds, he runs pretty good.
Third best rushing quarterback in the nation through the first 3 weeks. He's averaging over 100 yards a game rushing. This time he gives it to Hubert. Hubert breaks a tackle. He's down to about the 12-yard line. 3 yards shy of a first down. It'll be 2nd down and 3 as Kansas State tries to take the lead on this opening possession of the second half.
What a big game for Hubert. Out of Waco High School. Broke LaDainian Tomlinson's records there in high school. Now he comes up here to Kansas State. We met with him yesterday. His buddy's in town from Waco. Nothing like playing against your hometown school.
Wildcat. Colin Klein to the top of your screen. Angelo Pease back in to take the direct snap. Cuts it back up inside and walks into the end zone with a K-State touchdown.
Keep your eye on Hubert right here, the tailback. He's going to get an excellent block. It's the quarterback power. Right there, Hubert gets the kick-out block. And Angelo Pease, the JC quarterback, who's now a running back. That didn't take long.
I was going to say, Bill Snyder channels his inner Art Briles as K-State steals a page from Baylor's playbook. In less than 90 seconds, they go down the field and score a touchdown, and they've got the 5-point lead. Angelo Pease with his first rushing touchdown of the season. K-State's on top. They used to have it about 12 plays and 9 minutes of game clock to load up. They were reloading their gunpowder as Bill Snyder's offense pushed it across to take the lead. And a short kickoff. Long run for Salubi up against the sideline. There's a mistake. That will give Baylor the ball out at their own 40-yard line. So great field position for Robert Griffin.
First down, 40-yard line.
That's twice. You know, the kickoff return to open the game, and now the kickoff out of bounds. Sometimes you get a little too cute.
So now we see the response for Baylor and an offense that's on a record-setting pace. #1 in the Big 12 and #2 in the country in total offense. #1 in the Big 12 in scoring and #3 in the country at over 51 points a game. But they find themselves trailing in their Big 12 opener as the #15 team in the country on the road here in Manhattan. Griffin with a pump fake.
Got him.
He'll try and turn the corner. And he's to midfield. Has a first down as he steps out of bounds with a 12-yard gain to the Kansas State 48. Arthur Brown chased him as best he could, but That guy's tough to catch.
Three things about this Baylor offense: tempo, balance, and in his ability to make the deep throw. Those three things. It all starts with this tempo.
Batted ball, almost intercepted. Nigel Malone is #1 in the Big 12 and #2 in the country through the first 3 weeks of the season with 3 interceptions, and he almost got a pick 6 for #4.
Yeah, junior college transfer, City College of San Francisco. First season here in Manhattan. Another junior college corner up at the top, Alan Chapman, #3.
David Garrett, #27, covering the slot to the top of your screen. He was a linebacker last year and led K-State in tackles for loss. Draw play. Ganaway breaks a tackle. It'll be 3rd down and 2 at the 40-yard line of Kansas State.
This guy here is the guy I think needs to come on in the second half. Get him going on the north-south running game, which really opens up those play-action passes for Baylor.
3rd and 2. Glasgow Martin in the game in place of Ganaway to the right of Griffin. He takes the handoff. Martin's up the middle of the first down. As much as Baylor spreads you out, as high tempo as their offense is, how hard is it for a front seven to be prepared on 3rd down and short for that? The downhill run from the big heavy ball,
exactly.
Heavy back.
And they have the quarterback keep off of that. So
there's the quarterback keep. Griffin looking end zone. In stride, a touchdown. Who else? Kendall Wright. And Griffin took a shot. He delivers his 4th touchdown pass of the day, and he's slow to get up.
Well, there's your play action pass. Mom checking that out. But I'll tell you, does anybody throw the deep ball as accurately as Robert Griffin? But the play action pass again gets one-on-one coverage on Kendall Wright.
How about the answer from Baylor? 2 touchdowns in the first 2.5 minutes of the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, here's your play action fake. Now you're going to get Kendall Wright. Look at the accuracy of that throw. I mean, on the money.
He took a shot as well. That is inconceivable. And by the way, 17 touchdowns and no interceptions so far this year. And Garrett will settle for the touchback as we take a look at the pass chart, the work done so far today by Griffin. He spreads it around, and he is efficient everywhere.
Well, we talked about, again, the difference to me is here, the deep accuracy he has. And I don't even think of him as a running quarterback. I remember when I first saw him play his freshman year against Connecticut on television, I said he's going to be a great running spread-style quarterback. I don't even think of him that. I think of him as a drop-back NFL-style quarterback. That's how far he has come as a passer. And give Art Browse and that offensive staff credit. I mean, they have designed an offense that takes advantage of all these weapons.
Play action for Colin Klein. He wants the big play. No one open downfield. Tries to feed Harper on a comeback route. And it's incomplete, out of bounds. Sets up 2nd and 10 after we check in with Robert Flores. All right, Robert, thanks very much. Quarterback draw, Colin Klein. Out to about the 25-yard line, at least 4.5 yards shy of a first down. Sam Hall came up and made the stop, so it will be 3rd down and a long 4, close to 5.
Yeah, the big tight end comes back in the game for Kansas State at about 6'8". Has become a bit of a weapon right here.
Four-man rush on 3rd down. Klein is able to beat that front 4 and deliver a strike to Andre McDonald. Brought down by Hall and Coffey for Baylor, but that's a 3rd down conversion for Kansas State.
Well, they tried to make Andre McDonald an offensive tackle at 6'8". He's hung on to that belief that he's a tight end, Had a couple catches against Miami, a couple more today. That's a great motivator. When you say, listen, if you drop a ball, you're going back to offensive tackle, those tight ends will step up now. He didn't want to move back inside.
Here's the Wildcat look again. Angelo Pease this time tries to follow his blockers left and gets tripped up. It's a really nice play by Terrence Lloyd to disrupt Pease and bring him down after a gain of 2.5. Only a sophomore from Houston, Terrence Lloyd, makes the stop. And they'll leave Pease in the game. So both Pease and Hubert in on second down and a short 8 just across the 35.
Going Wildcat again. You know eventually there's a pass with Angelo Pease off that quarterback power.
Klein is the slot man, the quarterback to the bottom of your screen. There's a lane again for Pease. He's got a first down. It's being called one of the best news shows of the season and America's new Sunday addiction. The sky's the limit for the globe-trotting adventurers of ABC's Pan Am. Tomorrow night at 10/9 Central on ABC.
You can tell why we call Bill Snyder the scheme doctor. He's scheming up those little Wildcat runs. That was an excellent blocked play, that last play.
They're not taking the play clock down nearly as deep as they were earlier in the game. Another deflection at the line. Gary Mason was able to get that one. We talked a lot in the first half about how it's constantly come up, check at the line, look over to the line to the sideline, maybe change the play clock down inside of 5 before they snap it. For the most part in the second half, they've been snapping it seems, with more between 10 and 15 seconds on the play clock.
Yeah, I think maybe in the Wildcat, they're predetermined runs where you don't check as much. And on some of these passes, there aren't as many checks.
Klein on the keeper. The belly option works to perfection, and Klein has another Kansas State first down. A gain of 13 more for Colin Klein.
Here's the other play, the zone read where he truly reads the defensive end. The defensive end closes down inside and the quarterback keeps it. But again, watch the fullback come around as the extra blocker right there. Scheme doctor. He's gonna scheme you. That's an excellent little variation right there with that fullback becoming the extra blocker on the zone to side play.
Klein to the sideline. Harper scoops it up. Another catch for Chris Harper and a gain of nearly 7 yards on first down.
What surprises me is how much they're throwing the ball on first down, Bill Snyder. I didn't think he would throw it this much. Klein gaining a lot of confidence. Probably more importantly, Bill Snyder gaining confidence in Klein, his ability to throw it.
Well, Klein came into today only averaging about 110 yards passing per game, but 4 touchdowns against only 1 interception. He's thrown a couple of touchdown passes today. And he's up over 125 yards passing in this game. Again on the keeper. And Klein fights for about a half yard. It'll be 3rd down and 3 at the plus 35 for Kansas State. We wanted to look at how deep they would take it on the play clock before snapping the ball, Coach. Here it is.
Yeah, interesting. You look at Kansas State. Average time on the play clock when that ball is snapped.
They were taking it pretty deep in the first half, not nearly as deep in the second half. 10th play of the drive. Now they take it down inside of 5. Klein cuts it back up inside, and he's got a first down. Boy, he takes a beating, doesn't he?
He does. We met with him yesterday. That's the first thing we told him. What'd you say? Don't be afraid to slide. Don't be afraid to run out of bounds.
I do games on Sunday in the NFL, and boy, it took about a year for the Jets to teach Mark Sanchez to get on the ground and not get killed. And boy, he doesn't ever take a slide. Sometimes, you know, avoid valor, be a little less courageous, and not take a pot. but he fights for every yard. And that's what he said. He said every yard's precious.
Exactly. And he's the tailback in this offense.
Hubert with a cutback to the 26-yard line. A gain of 5 more for Kansas State. It'll be 2nd down and 5.
See how he schemes against these defensive ends. It's just another form of running option. You know, it looks different because it's out of the shotgun, but he slows those defensive ends down so much because just about every play, they're reading the defensive end one way or another.
Hubert shakes his way up the middle. Dropped about 2 yards shy of the 1st down. So again, 3rd down upcoming for Kansas State, but more the down and distance. We talked about it being crucial before the game began that they need to get it to 3rd down and less than 4.
And this is the perfect drive. You know, that first drive of the second half, they scored in about 1 minute and 30 seconds because of the big play.
That's not what Bill Snyder wants.
Yeah, this is perfect right here. You can see how tight their splits are down in there on that offensive line. I mean, they're about shoe to shoe packed in there.
3rd down and 2. Hubert has the 1st down and more. Out of bounds at the 15. They'll mark him out inside the 14-yard line. There's a flag down, though, back at the line of scrimmage.
Well, there was holding by the fullback. I know Braden Wilson tackled the outside linebacker on that play.
Holding, offense, number 37, 10-yard penalty, repeat 3rd down.
Yeah, that was an obvious one right there. This kid's a good player.
First penalty against Kansas State.
Yeah, you're going to see him all the way. Just watch 37. He's going to hook him right there. I mean, if you're going to get one, I guess you get one like that, right? I mean,
make it count.
Make it count.
He did.
But
so now
again,
it's 3rd down and 12.
Exactly. This will be a 51-yard field goal from right here.
The safeties for Baylor, not all that deep. Klein under pressure. Floats it right, underthrown and intercepted. Picked off at the 21-yard line. Sam Hall was tripped up, and that's a terrific tackle by Chris Harper. I'm not sure if he meant to tackle Sam Hall, but he got him on the ground. If he doesn't tackle Sam Hall, Hall might go.
You're going to watch again the evolution of a young quarterback with Colin Klein. He's going to take this thing. He really thinks about taking off and running right here. Just a 4-man rush, 7-man drop. He pulls up, just floats it out there. You go back to the holding penalty by Braden Wilson. Sets up that 3rd and long where they have to throw it. Probably took away a field goal opportunity. The holding penalty as much as the interception did.
Baylor a little late to get on the field as the play clock is down to 10. But Griffin has them set. Pulls one back from Ganaway, shoots it up the seam, and he's got his man, Kendall Wright again. Kendall Wright, well over 100 yards receiving in the game, out to the 44-yard line.
That's the best thing Baylor does. That play-action pass, and it's not a bootleg. It's a drop-back play action. You get those linebackers to jump up and throw behind them.
Pops one off to Monk on the near side, and the tight end brought down in plus territory, about 4 yards shy of a 1st down. Trey Walker and Nigel Malone combine on the stop, and Walker, the man who made the big stop of Ja'Cory Harris on 4th down and goal to preserve the K-State win in Miami last week, was the Big 12 Defensive Player of the Week. As a result, only a sophomore, but it's tough for him to make plays against this Baylor offense. 2nd and 3. Ganaway, 1st down.
Great combination of inside, north-south running with Ganaway. And the thing Griffin does on those play actions, he really holds the ball in the belly of the running back. He's really a good ball handler.
Play action for Griffin. Extending the play, simply lost the football. He dropped it. And a flag comes out. That'll be a late hit against Kansas State, jumping on top of Robert Griffin after the referee will rule that the play was over. And that will be a killer penalty for Bill Snyder's team. Instead of it being 2nd down and 21.
Personal foul.
It'll be a first down.
Defense number 50, 15-yard penalty, automatic. First down.
You said it. That's a killer. That's a killer.
Now, in any way, can you cut some slack to Trey Walker for thinking with the ball on the ground the play might still be alive?
Let's take a look at it and see. Griffin needs to hold that ball in tighter to his body first.
And the play's dead there.
Nah, you got to call it. I mean, you have to make it. Obviously, Robert Griffin had recovered that ball. I think that's a good call.
Griffin on first down. Looks to throw the deep ball back to the left side to Reese. Incomplete.
Again, Reese on that safety. Comes down to playing those deep balls in the air if you're Kansas State.
Boy, it's news again when Robert Griffin fails to complete a pass.
Yeah,
even one where he's trying to throw a 40-yard bomb.
They're right back at you, too. I mean, conditioning on defense, such a major part of this game.
Griffin, quarterback draw. And he is flipped down at the 36-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and 6. David Garrett, at only 5'8", came up to make the stop. Now tension for the Baylor offense, attention for mom and dad as well.
Yeah, this may be 2-down territory right now. 3rd and 6. A lot of options for Art Browse right now on this 3rd down.
The blitz picked up. Terrific open field hit, though, on the tight end Monk. Tyson Hartman came up to make the stop after a gain of a yard. It is 4th down and a little under 5, and a decision for Art Browse.
I think he'll go for it here. You know, it's going to be 3rd and what, about 4?
From right here, you're looking at about a 51, 52-yard field goal. The long for Aaron Jones is 50. Earlier on this season, set a Baylor record. But they're going to go for it. Griffin on 4th down. Flips one off his back foot for the end zone. Leaping, laying out, making the catch for the touchdown is Kendall Wright. Are you kidding me?
Talk about dynamic pass-catch combinations. Put Robert Griffin, Kendall Wright at the top of the list in this country. That was a 4th down and 4. They're going to review that. That was incredible.
They're going to make sure that Kendall Wright made a clean catch.
Really on the field. Touchdown.
That's an amazing catch.
Further review.
You can't see the ball there.
Boy, it looked like he had the ball secure just as he turned over right there. That's an incredible play by Kendall Wright. You take the 2 highlight plays of him today, when he tiptoed the sideline on his first touchdown, and that play right there, that's as good of 2 athletic plays as you're ever going to see. I think that play stands as a catch.
Touchdown, but they're saying replay shows indisputably that the right call was made. Another touchdown catch for Kendall Wright. He's got 5 100-yard games in a row dating back to last year's Texas Bowl. Only Justin Blackman and Wright in the Big 12 have even 3 100-yard games this season. And it's 35-26. Baylor on top in the Big 12 opener here in Manhattan.
I think you could be any better. I mean, the 2 athletic plays by Kendall Wright. Let's look at the touchdown. Our locker room alert, we talked about getting the safety on the slot with no help. Nobody jamming him. This is Tyson Hartman again on Kendall Wright. But more importantly, just the pretty pass and catch. That's a tough matchup. If you're Kansas State, you cannot ask that safety with no help underneath, rerouting that receiver to cover Kendall Wright down that seam.
Yeah, certainly plenty of headlines dedicated so far this year in the Big 12 to say, Jones to Broyles or Whedon to Blackman. I mean, there's some great wide receiver quarterback combinations in the Big 12, and somehow that kickoff stays in bounds. Garrett, does he get waffled at the 17-yard line, and a flag comes out. That'll be helmet to helmet, and I think that's a good call. That'll be a personal foul. Right now Baylor celebrating the hit, but that'll be 15 extra yards, as Brody Trawhon, I believe, is the player that's going to get called for the penalty.
Illegal block below the waist. Kicking team, number 22. 15-yard penalty from the end of the run. First down.
All right.
That's an interesting call right there. The kicking team gets penalized for blocking below the waist. What happens on the kickoff team covering? Sometimes guys will come in and chop people that are trying to block them. You see right there, that's a great replay of number 3 coming in, Dimitri Goodson, and blowing up that wedge in front of him. You can't do that. So blocking below the waist isn't just for the offensive team, it's also the defensive team.
Klein turns the corner. Very close to a first down. It looks like he has a first down as we take a look at today's Good Hands play, brought to you by Allstate. And this takes us back to the other amazing play made earlier in the game by Kendall Wright.
As good as that last touchdown was, I like this even better. The balance and then the effort to extend that ball across the pylon. You can see why they sell Floyd Casey Stadium out. It's fun to go watch these guys play. I hope they're selling Floyd Casey Stadium out.
Klein off a play action fake and has to throw that one away. He takes a shot as the pressure was coming from Nicolas Jean-Baptiste. Crowd was looking for a flag on the hit by Jean-Baptiste. It'll be second down and 10.
The crowd kind of thinking Robert Griffin gets some preferential treatment, I think, with the officials' calls. But I think that was a good penalty on Walker on that fumble by Griffin. Again, Kansas State throwing it around on first down more than I anticipated, putting them in these passing downs.
Klein well protected, low throw, tipped at the line. It was intended for Tyler Lockett. It'll be third down and 10. And let's also remember, we've got a 2-possession game now. And the reason we've got a 2-possession game is because before halftime, when it was 21-19, Bill Snyder went for 2. At a time in the game, I think, Coach, again, you can make an argument it was too early to chase that point, and now his team is faced with third and 10, and they're down by 2 scores.
Well, the other reason is a 2-score game. Klein threw the interception on the last series where they had a field goal opportunity.
False start. It'll be third and 15.
Offense, number 87, 5-yard penalty. Still third down.
The momentum right now, obviously heading to Baylor. That's why I'm surprised a little bit they threw it again on first down. You know, the best way to take the momentum away on Baylor is to run the ball and keep it away from them a little bit more. All about pass protection. Baylor's going to rush 4 right here.
Klein up the seam for Smith, and it's knocked away. Great coverage by Chance Casey. He had Broderick Smith blanketed. It'll be fourth down, and Kansas State will have to punt.
You know, Chance Casey's had a good day. He's got his hands on some throws. Played very well out there at corner.
He's the experienced guy in their secondary. They're down what they would consider 2 starting-level corners in Tyler Stevenson and Taswani Copeland, both injured. They thought they were going to get Stevenson back for this game. He had a high ankle against TCU. He's still hurt. Pretty good kick by Ryan Dorr. Fair catch made at the 26-yard line. And tonight, the 8th-ranked Cornhuskers, their first game in the conference. Welcome to the Big Ten. You got to go to Madison in prime time and take on number 7 Wisconsin. Saturday Night Football presented by Southwest Airlines, part of Tailgate Week, fired up by Kingsford Charcoal at 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific on ABC. Taylor Martinez tonight, you think he has what it takes to win in prime time in Wisconsin?
You know, this is what you pictured, right, when Nebraska went to the Big Ten. These kind of matchups like tonight in Madison.
Griffin again finds Kendall Wright. And that, I think, is going to put Kendall Wright right at 200 yards receiving in the game.
The other thing about Robert Griffin, quick release. I mean, it doesn't take him long to get rid of that ball.
And the flat to Jordan Nyberg.
There's another
and the tight end's got a
example,
first down.
See how quickly he gets the ball out of his hand. You know, it doesn't take him long to load that thing up. And that's one of the most important things. I mean, you combine that with the deep ball accuracy. I mean, I know everybody says Andrew Luck is by far the #1 NFL quarterback. What about this guy? I mean, if I guarantee you he's an NFL quarterback.
And remember, Griffin is only a junior. It's a decision that he hasn't made yet, apparently, and I'm not sure how many people up until now have even asked him. They'll run it here up the middle to Ganaway. I mean, to me, at this point, Griffin has established himself. He had a good year last year. 22 touchdowns, 8 interceptions, 67%. He was good. This year, he's been off the charts. That's a backwards pass. Kendall Wright wants to tee it up. And instead, he'll throw it backwards and throw it away. I think you can make an argument that Wright, in an effort to throw it away, threw it backwards himself. This could be about a 12, 13-yard loss.
I think that's a great call, Bob. That ball was thrown backwards.
Incomplete forward pass. Quarterback was getting hit during the pass. Third down.
Was that ball traveling forward when Wright threw it out?
I think the ruling is because he was being hit as he threw it. It doesn't matter.
If the ball goes backwards, the ball goes backwards.
They set up the double pass. You know, Kendall Wright's thrown 3 passes this year, I believe. He wasn't being hit when he threw that either.
He was at about the 33-yard line when he let it go.
Grounding, right? Because he's inside the tackle box. And that was at least intentional grounding.
After all is said and done, sets up 3rd down and 6 unless they review.
I think they can review as a
Ruling on the
pass.
field, the quarterback was hit during the pass, making the ball go backwards. The previous plays under further review.
Yeah, he wasn't hit. Yeah, he wasn't hit.
Vailatui, defensive tackle for Kansas State, was at least the player that was in position to hit Kendall Wright.
Yeah, it was close.
I guess here's my question. Even if he is getting hit, if the ball travels backwards, it travels backwards. He's at the 33-yard line or so when he lets it go.
I mean,
now, where does this
wasn't
ball
being
sail
hit.
out? This ball goes all the way back to the 30-yard line, maybe inside the 30-yard line by the time it goes out of bounds.
There it is. I mean, that's as perfect. It's a 29.5.
So after all is said and done, it's 3rd down and 6.
The great thing, the Big 12 replay officials are right next door. This next stop in action, we're going to go over and ask them and get that clarified for everybody.
This is a free play for Griffin. He's brought down about 3 yards shy of the 1st down, but it's going to be offsides against Kansas State. Adam Davis jumped early.
Offsides. Defense, number 42.
Check that. Meshach Williams jumped early.
Down.
So it'll still be 3rd down, but now it's 3rd down and 1.
The only thing I'll say about Robert Griffin, I noticed this against TCU. When he goes down, when he's hit, it's like you hold your breath every time and wondering if he's going to get up. You know, and he's a big physical guy, but it's surprising a little bit. Every time he goes down, it's like he's going to stay down.
Ganaway's the lone setback on 3rd and 1. They'll run it. And Ganaway very close to the 1st down. If he has it, he might not have it by more than half the football. He might be short. And it might only be by inches, and it'll set up a very interesting decision for Art Briles. Is it the nose of the football? It is. By no more than 2 or 3 inches is Baylor short of the first down. Just barely on their side of the 50-yard line, up in a 2-possession game by 9 points. Will Baylor go for it?
Conventional wisdom, you punt it right here. Up 2 scores, but this is not a conventional offense by any stretch. They'll at least try to draw Kansas State off sides. I know that.
Last time it was 4th down, they threw a bomb.
Yeah, that was 4th and 5 at 35-yard line. Interesting, you know, Robert Griffin also a punter. So you can put him back there in that shotgun look. Depending on what coverage, what front you get, just check to a punt. It's a tough call. It's a gut call is what it comes down to.
The officials are going to go to replay again. This might be a challenge
of the spot
by Baylor. Art Briles might be using his coach's challenge to challenge the spot. So we'll go to the replay booth again. Let's take another look as best we can if we can see the football. Our first down line obviously is not an official marker of whether or not he gets the first down. He certainly got to cross our yellow line.
And again, this is a coach's challenge by Art Briles. Art Briles obviously had a real good angle and wishful thinking over there on his sideline. But it's a coach's challenge, not a booth challenge, as every play is replayed in the booth.
The pass was forced backwards by the player being hit. That's a judgment call. So that's the delineation. And it looks like they will line up to at least seemingly go for it. And a sneak by Griffin. And he's got the first down. No hesitation.
Difference between an offensive coach and a defensive coach. Art Briles is the offensive coordinator. He's the head coach. Defensive coach probably would have punted that right there. It all comes down to who the head coach is.
Is that code for Bob Davie would have punted right there?
No, you know, with this offense and the flow of this game, I can understand completely why he would.
Here's Salubi. He picks up about 8 yards. Into plus territory. It'll be 2nd down and 2 for Baylor. And that might take us to the end of the 3rd quarter.
Same little quarterback read power play that Kansas State runs so successfully.
So that will do it for the 3rd quarter here in Manhattan. Kansas State trying to hang on for dear life and stay in this game with Baylor. But the explosiveness of the Baylor offense has been the difference. And the explosion of Kendall Wright. Fair share. I might dispute that math. But we are surrounded by farmland in a little college town that is Manhattan, and they are making a lot of noise as we start the 4th quarter, trying to keep their team in it. Up the middle goes Terrence Ganaway.
One thing you notice about all these stadiums, the home field is always on that shaded side, and the visitors always staring right into that sun. Look over there at Baylor. They've got that sun right in their face while Kansas State's in the shade.
Big play on 3rd down. Ganaway dropped. Arthur Brown was the first man there. Now it's 4th down and 1.5 yards, and it looks like Baylor, without hesitation, is lined up to go for it again.
Boy, the question, you know they're going for it?
Maybe not.
This would surprise me here. It looks like they're going to...
Now they're in plus territory, but it doesn't look like the call's automatic.
You would think it would be automatic, and the question becomes, does he have a play-action pass and try to get the home run off this short yardage situation?
It looks like he's going to take the game clock all the way down and call timeout. Milk some time off the clock in a 2-possession game.
And this is a legitimate yard compared to the last one was shorter. But you would think he would go on this one.
We'll see if Baylor goes for it when we come back. Another coaching decision to be made now. Baylor on top, 35-26. It's 4th down and at least a yard and a half. At the plus 42-yard line, Art Briles let the game clock wind all the way down and spent a timeout. And he is sending his offense back out there to try and go for it on 4th and a yard and a half. Baylor is 2 for 2 on 4th down today.
The same power formation that he ran the sneak out of. Look at that.
Direct snap to Ganaway, and he's very close. Griffin faked over to the sideline as if he was confused by the play call, and while he backed up, they direct snapped it to Ganaway, and it looks to be good for a 1st down.
Pretty clever, but you're glad it worked. Anytime you try a little deception like that on short yardage, pretty good little play design. Now watch Robert Griffin, Bob, like you said, walk away like he doesn't get the signal. Direct snap to Ganaway. They're going to review that spot.
On the field as the player went past the line to gain. Previous plays under further review.
Wow. We're getting a little carried away on these reviews right now.
We're setting a record today.
I mean, at some point, right?
Although on these kinds of calls, and this is a game-changing call, I mean, this is the equivalent of either a 1st down or almost a turnover. To get it right, it's probably worth making sure.
Can't see much, but as it happened live, and we have a great angle here, I didn't think there was any question he made it. It was close.
You can't see the football.
Yeah, his knees were never down.
And he only needed to get a 1st down for Baylor. I mean, no question. That might be the most exact science that there is in sports. You get these guys from the sideline. They're a good 30 yards away from the football. There is this pile of 300-pound guys all over a ball carrier, and they run in, grab the ball, and stab it on the ground like they knew exactly where it was supposed to go the whole time.
Every time Kendall Wright lines up, regardless of down and distance, you better ID him if you're Kansas State.
Griffin keeps it, and he's inside the 35, picking up about 6 on 1st down, maybe 7. Jordan Volker tripped him up. 2nd down and a short 4.
One of the few true quarterback runs you're going to see out of Robert Griffin.
Keeping his feet and picking up the 1st down is the tight end Gerard Monk.
You know, one of the advantages pro coaches will tell you, the play action game with the quarterback under center is one of the big advantages. You put the quarterback under the center because you have a play action off the run. They have a great play action game out of the shotgun now.
Salubi hurdles a man and picks up nearly 6 more. Arthur Brown made the stop, but rarely does Baylor do a good job of working on the clock. They strike like lightning sometimes, but they're working on the clock pretty effectively here.
Starting to get that running game going right now. That's what you feel.
Salubi brought down at the line. 3rd down and 4 coming up. Arthur Brown made the stop. Holding Baylor to a field goal here would be a huge factor potentially for Kansas State if we look forward.
Look at the players coming on and off the field for Baylor.
Griffin with a pitch. It's loose. Picked up on a hop by Ganaway. And he's brought down back at the 30. Now it's 4th and 10.
Well, good call right there, Chris Kosh. They ran that zone option right into the teeth of the blitz. Kansas State brought the nickel back, and they ran right flat into the middle of the thing.
So they'll bring out Aaron Jones to try what is far from a gimme. A 47-yard field goal attempt to try and make it a 2-touchdown lead. As long as 48 so far this year, and he's been perfect. No chance. It's still a two-possession game, but Baylor comes away empty. Still a lot of football to be played here in Manhattan. As before the game was Bob Davie and myself, Bob Wischusen, during the game. 35-26 in what has been a really entertaining Big 12 opener between Baylor and Kansas State, and now Kansas State back to the offense after they got the stop on defense.
And I think they have to get back to running the ball on first down.
They'll throw it instead. Klein on a rollout, flips it down the sideline over the head of Harper, and almost intercepted by K.J. Morton.
Hit on the quarterback right here.
Flag thrown.
Get the call. Really surprised how much they're throwing it, Bob, on first down. I mean, that's really not their game. That's big.
That's Ahmad Dixon.
Boy, that was a big, big penalty. But, you know, it's just a 9-point game. Kansas State can win this game by just staying in their offense. And that's, to me, running the ball on first down.
Kansas State came into today averaging about 220 yards on the ground per game. And they have 181 today. Klein, play action fake, batted down. As we take a look at our Pacific Life game summary, Kansas State will be faced with 2nd down and 10 again. An incompletion on first down, and the story today has been the hookup constantly between Robert Griffin III and Kendall Wright.
And the other thing, Kansas State has left some points on the field. You see that 2 turnovers right there forced, only 3 points off of the turnovers. Colin Klein with a big interception when they were in scoring position in the 3rd quarter.
Design rollout on 2nd and 10. Klein flips it to the sideline, incomplete, intended for Harper. And here we are again behind the chains for Kansas State, 3rd down and 10.
That's shocking to me. It's again, I mean, after that penalty on the incompletion on first down, they get fresh life with the roughing the passer penalty. Now they throw it 2 downs in a row again and sets up another 3rd and 10.
Colin Klein is 0 for his last 6.
Wow.
3rd down and 10. Play clock down to 3. Crowd letting the Wildcats know about it too. Klein being pressured, fires one, and he's got Harper. Wow. First down in plus territory. A 13-yard completion on 3rd and 10.
Boy, credit the offensive line. I mean, obvious passing down. They give Colin Klein enough time to stand in that pocket. Big curl out to Chris Harper. Now just get back on rhythm. Don't abandon the running game right now. How big was that? You're right about that crowd. They help him out with that 40-second clock.
Klein again to throw it on first down. This time he's got Hubert. And it's good for an 8-yard gain. Nearly 9 yards on first down. Brody Trahan was there to bump him out. But it'll be 2nd down and 2 with 10 minutes and 20 seconds to go.
Hubert's become a receiver today. He gets his 3rd or 4th catch. He's also been a blocker today. Good football player, about 5'7".
Down the sideline, incomplete, intended for Andre McDonald. Crowd was looking for a flag. It'll be 3rd down and 2. With back-to-back wins to start the chase, points leader Tony Stewart goes for 3 in a row. The defending champion Jimmy Johnson looks to bounce back from a surprisingly shaky start. The chase for the NASCAR Sprint Cup continues at Dover. Coverage begins tomorrow at 1 Eastern on ESPN with NASCAR Countdown presented by Napa. Third down and 2. Klein, quarterback draw. spins very close to the first down. Well, it's no doubt about it. Down 2 scores, under 10 minutes to go. If you're short, you have to go for it here. And it looks like he might be short by inches. I would think that Bill Snyder would want a measurement here to see exactly how close they are. You can almost make an argument the nose of the football's giving them a first down. They're not even going to measure. Fourth down and inches.
Taking a long time right here.
Play clock at 4. Quarterback sneak. Klein moves the pile, and he's got a first down. No problem.
I tell you, if you're a Kansas State fan, you got to say, we're going to run the quarterback sneak. Why are we letting that clock run all the way down to 1 second before we snap it? But so much of it, again, the scheme doctor wants to see exactly what defense Baylor is in, but they keep the drive alive right here. But it's been all Colin Klein throwing the ball here in the second half. I still think there's some life left in the running game for Kansas State.
Well, they've got all 3 timeouts. They've got 9 minutes to go. They have a first down now at the 30-yard line. Let's see what they do on first down this time. They'll throw it again. Klein. All kinds of time. Now we'll take off. He's at the 20. And out of bounds. First and 10 at the 17-yard line for Kansas State, as Baylor lost track of Colin Klein again.
College football has really become, Bob, the running quarterback, hasn't it? The game has evolved so much that if you don't have a guy that can make plays running the ball from the quarterback position, you don't have a chance to win.
Puts Klein over 100 yards rushing in the game, and that's his average. He was averaging about 103 yards a game through their first 3 games this year. Now Hubert. Down to about the 14-yard line. Tuesdays this fall, Tim Allen returns to ABC in a new comedy about a man's man living in a house full of women. Tim Allen is the last man standing. Series premiere Tuesday, October 11th at 8/7 Central on NBC. On ABC, pardon me. Second and 7. Hubert inside the 10-yard line. Third down and 3. Chance Casey bumped him out just inside the 10. Third down and about 2. And as deliberate as Kansas State is being here, they might limit themselves to just the 2 possessions that they need. It is a 2-possession game.
You know, Baylor's not going to keep it long one way or the other. So you're probably going to get it back.
Klein will try and run for it himself. Very close to the first down. It looks like he might have it. Trahan tripped him up.
It's interesting in this Kansas State offense how Hubert carries all the outside runs, the sweep-type plays. And then Klein is the big power tailback that carries all the north-south type plays.
12th play of the drive, and it's first and goal.
And they've been in this formation, trips formation to the field with the tight end backside. Bill Snyder really feels comfortable in this formation based on how Baylor's lined up. He's giving him a steady dose of it.
Quarterback draw. Klein at the 5. Gets down to about the 1-yard line. It'll be second down and goal.
He takes a beating.
Elliott Coffey and K.J. Morton combined to pound Colin Klein down at the 1.
Just visiting with him yesterday, tall, slender. You're surprised that he can take the kind of beating he takes down after down. I give a lot of respect to Colin Klein now. You play quarterback in this offense, you better be ready to take some hits.
They'll try and sneak it on second and goal. The pile moves. He's in. Touchdown, Kansas State. Cantelli for the point after to make it a 2-point game. He's got it. 5:43 to go, and the question will now be, can Kansas State get Baylor off the field? As we have plenty of viewers just joining us, and if you are just joining us, welcome to Manhattan, Kansas, where it has been a back-and-forth affair between number 15 Baylor and Kansas State. 5 touchdown passes thrown in the game by Robert Griffin. 3 of the 5 to Kendall Wright. Kendall Wright has put on a show. Griffin has helped him, and Bob Davie, this is the pair that somehow Kansas State now has to stop to get the ball back.
Yeah, this is Kendall Wright's first touchdown of the game. Tiptoed that sideline, kept his balance. This is the play on 4th down and 5 on the play-action pass. As explosive a passing combination, Robert Griffin, Kendall Wright, as there is in this entire country. And you said it, number 2 offense in the country, Baylor. It comes down now to Kansas State defense. Can they dig in and get another stop?
It's funny, I heard Kirk Herbstreit on Mike and Mike on ESPN Radio earlier this week talk about this game, saying whoever would have thought that a Big 12 opener between Kansas State and Baylor would be in the 3:30 ABC time slot. Here it is, and it has been every bit the game that we hoped it would be. These two teams have put on a terrific show. Dimitri Goodson from the 1-yard line. The former Gonzaga point guard with a flag down gets out to about the 34-yard line. Flag thrown inside the 30, though.
We're going to get a hold, illegal use of hands, I think, on number 31 from Baylor on that kickoff return. Maybe not.
It's a long discussion and a vital call. And this could radically affect field position. If this is a penalty against Kansas State, Baylor would have the ball probably across their own 40, if not their own 45-yard line.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, receiving team, number 47, 15-yard penalty, first down.
There was a pretty violent hit by Robert Singletary on the way back behind the play, but I wasn't sure if it was going to be the call. There's 47.
Yep, wow.
Helmet
that
to
is
helmet.
Helmet to helmet.
Good call.
Perfect definition of what helmet to helmet is. And you're right, Bob. I mean, that was a major call because of how it affects field position. See if this Kansas State defense playing in the shaded part of the field. That Kansas State offense kept the ball. They should be fresh, ready to go right here against this up-tempo attack.
Griffin will throw it on first down. It's bobbled and dropped. Terrence Williams dropped it. It'll be 2nd down and 10 at the 21-yard line for Baylor. And this also takes Baylor out of their comfort zone. They like to snap the ball with 25 on the play clock. And don't you think this is as good as their offense has been? Not the way they like to play, try to milk the clock at the end of the game. They'll throw it again. Interception! Bobbled and held on to by Arthur Brown. The first interception of the season thrown by Robert Griffin. And it sets up Kansas State in the red zone.
Number 95, Ray Kibble, made contact with Griffin just as that ball was thrown. Let's take a look at big number 95. Right over the nose, knocks the blocker back into Griffin. First interception of the year, as you mentioned, Bob, sets Kansas State up.
Griffin had gone 163 attempts without throwing an interception. He's got 18 touchdown passes this year, and that is his first interception. And now Colin Klein will call timeout. We will step aside. Kansas State on the doorstep of taking the lead. What a game we have had. here in Manhattan. Bob Wischusen and Bob Davie watching number 15 Baylor and Kansas State in their Big 12 openers. And it's first down inside the red zone for Kansas State after the first interception of the season thrown by Robert Griffin. Klein on a keeper. Inside the 10. A gain of 6 on first down. Elliott Coffey on the stop for Baylor. And in case you're just joining us, the first interception in 171 pass attempts this season for Robert Griffin. And it costs a red zone possession inside of the last 5 minutes now for Baylor. Kansas State with a chance to potentially take the lead after Arthur Brown came up with the pick.
Clock if you're Kansas State. Let that clock run down. You can win this with a field goal. I know they want a touchdown, but use all the clock.
Lost the football. The ball popped out, but it looks like he got it back. Ahmad Dixon came through and made the hit. That was a loss of nearly 6. That'll put him right back at the 15-yard line, 3rd and 10.
One of the few blitzes. You're going to see Dixon come off the corner. Hubert misses the block right here. There's 6 coming right there.
Boy, Klein lost the ball and somehow got it back.
Bill Snyder playing that clock right now. Very fortunate. One of the few blitzes of the afternoon by Phil Bennett. Brought Ahmad Dixon, the linebacker.
5 on the play clock. Down to 2. Klein, broken play. He'll maybe pick up a yard, and Kansas State will have a chance to take the lead with a field goal attempt.
Well, Huber went the wrong way that time, the running back. They wanted to run that little power to side play.
It almost looked like a false start.
Yeah, it was a broken play from the very beginning right there. And you kind of create a tough angle right here for the kicker. The ball over on the right hash mark.
So the pressure now on Anthony Cantelli. 31 yards away. 2 for 3 today to try and put Kansas State on top. And he's got it. There is a world of time left, though, for Robert Griffin. Baylor down by 1. They'll get it back when we come back. Ranking in the AP poll since 1991. They have never won a Big 12 opener on the road. They are 0-7 all time. But they have arguably the best quarterback in college football, who just threw his first interception of the season to set up Kansas State with the go-ahead field goal with a world of time on the clock. 3 minutes and 10 seconds to go, and Robert Griffin's about to get the football back.
Kansas State struggled with kickoff coverage this afternoon a little bit.
Salubi out to the 27-yard line.
Even though Baylor only 1 timeout, 3:05 is no factor. It's not about time. It's about execution for Baylor. Number 2 offense in college football. Potential Heisman Trophy guy right here. Stage is set right here.
Mom and Dad have had a lot to cheer about so far today. Griffin goes to work on first down. Trying to buy some time. Extending the play. And dragged down back at the 24. Arthur Brown had the pick, and now he gets the sack.
Arthur Brown, an explosive football player. Number 1 linebacker in all of high school football a couple years ago. Goes to Miami. Transfers here to Kansas State to be closer to home. That was some speed on the field to track Robert Griffin down.
2nd down and 13 now for RG3 and the Baylor offense. They only need a field goal.
It's about as slow a tempo as Baylor's been in all day.
Ganaway empties the backfield. Griffin underneath, bobbled, held onto by Terrence Williams. He's 4 yards shy of the first down. Chapman made the stop. 3rd down and 4.
Goes without saying it's 4-down territory. Only need a field goal to win.
But winning the Heisman Trophy isn't just about statistics. At some point, if you're going to be the best player in college football, you have to face moments like this. And this, early in the season in an opener, might be Griffin's moment. 3rd and 4. Handoff to Ganaway. Shy of the first down. It'll be 4th down and 2. Again, the stop made by Arthur Brown.
I think if you're Baylor, you may use that timeout right here, because this is the game, and it's a 4th and legitimate 2. Be a good time. I think Art Brown's letting that clock run down a little too much right now. I'd use the timeout.
About to go inside of 1 minute and 20 seconds to go. 4th and 2. They're 3 for 3 on 4th down today. 4 for 4, pardon me.
You have to think the ball's going to be in Robert Griffin's hands, either run or pass right here.
Batted down at the line. Jordan Volker knocked it down. And Kansas State is about to win it.
Came in here talking about contrasting styles. The flashy Baylor offense, number 2 in the country, averaging 51 points. The methodical, slow-paced Kansas State. They're about ready to walk out of here with a big upset.
Baylor will spend their last timeout with 1:05 to go.
Little surprised Art Browns didn't call timeout. He decided to go with the little jailbreak screen. Usually you chop those defensive linemen on those plays. The offensive line.
All right, Robert, you can see 10 fourth quarter points scored by Kansas State. Baylor has never won a road opener in the Big 12. And after what has been a career day, not only for Robert Griffin, but also for Kendall Wright. 3 touchdowns, over 200 yards, and they're going to fall a point short. Flags down. A false start in the victory formation for Kansas State.
For the snap. Snap. On the defense, hit the ball. 5-yard penalty, still second down.
Trick where the nose guard tries to tap that football before it snapped because of bad snap. But the interception, Robert Griffin, give a lot of credit to Ray Kibble, the big defensive tackle that forced that interception. Robert Griffin being hit as he threw it. But how about Bill Snyder? Maybe the coaching job of the century here when he resurrected Kansas State the first time. He's doing it again.
It's amazing. It was a program that when he took over had gone 0-26-1 in the 27 games they had played before he was hired back in 1989. And from 1993 to 2003, he took them to 11 bowl games in a row. 5-time Big 12 Coach of the Year. And last year got them back to a bowl game in the Pinstripe Bowl.
And maybe there's some wins left to the old methodical, power, control the clock kind of game.
And that's it.
What a win for Bill Snyder of Kansas State. And how far Art Browse has brought this Baylor program when you say, what a win to beat Baylor on the road. Both these programs on the upswing.
A fourth quarter comeback here at home for Kansas State, and they win a thrilling Big 12 opener over 15th ranked Baylor. Again, our final 36-35. Kansas State survives and wins it. Lots more college football coming up later on tonight at 8 Eastern on ABC. You can tune in for number 8 Nebraska and number 7 Wisconsin, or watch Notre Dame and Purdue on ESPN. A lot of fun as Kansas State in a back-and-forth affair with Baylor, and the Wildcats win it. So long from Manhattan, Kansas.